Angry Birds en la vida real. Tororó, toto, tororó, toto, tororó, toto, tororó, tororó.
Hey guys, this is Mavcraft here again, and today I'm going to tell you another story of one of my favorite childhood games ever. Now, as you remember my Transformers loving journey, this is my journey of how I become a massive fan. We're birds versus pigs, and that is the Angry Birds universe. Outside Transformers, I also love Angry Birds. Angry Birds was my literally childhood. And today, I'm going to tell you the story of how I got into this franchise. As you know, I'm still a little bit fan of it. I'm still kind of sad the game just a bit died down just because most of the games were removed from the App Store. Even though the classic one returns on the App Store, it's making me upset the fact I had to buy it. But anyways, let me just tell you the story. Let's go back from 2010. And yes, I know this game came out in 2009, but let me just tell you how I got into it. Like I mentioned before, in 2010, when I was a 4-year-old child, I was minding my own business, always watching TV, until one day my dad downloaded a game I never seen before. He showed me what it was. It's like a bird, but it's angry. And then suddenly, it's a mobile game that was released back in 2009. I never seen a game something like this. I gave it a try, and once I saw the first level, I beat the level, and it's actually very fun. I was wondering what game it is. Until then, I discovered Angry Birds. A game where birds are angry and their enemies are simply hungry green pigs. I found this concept really good, and I really enjoyed it so much. And then, right after the first mobile game, more games released I was not expecting. Seasons, which I never played to be exact, came out, and I was like, wow, there's another mobile game of Angry Birds, but Seasons, it's where we celebrate holidays. From New Year, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, summer, 4th of July, Halloween, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. But yeah, I know there's more holidays we celebrate. I was not expecting for the birds to have this mobile game where they celebrate each holiday one by one. Very great concept. I never actually played the game, so I can't say much about it. And the next mobile game I was not expecting, once the movie Rio came out in 2011, if that's what year, correct me if I'm wrong. And I was not expecting for Rovio to partner with Blue Sky Studios or sign a contract to Blue Sky Studios to make a mobile game based on the movie Rio called Angry Birds Rio. Instead of being the pigs, you had to free birds trapped in the cage and defeat monkeys in different levels. I found that really cool. I was not expecting the game to them to have this game based on the movie Rio. And right after that, I never actually played Friends until 2023, but Angry Birds Friends is a Facebook mobile game where you versus everyone around the world. I never played it before, not until 2023 I started playing it because I really miss how much the first mobile game was out. So I decided to play the Friends version because it's close to Angry Birds, the classic one, but not really. Then the next game I see that I was not expecting is Angry Birds Space. Angry Birds Space is another Angry Birds game, but except it takes place in space. All the birds have different designs. Red, my gosh. He looks cool with the face, like the mask eyes, and it's really cool. Especially his feather head. And especially the rest of the birds. Chuck being a laser bird, Blues lightning like Jay like lightning birds, Fire Bomb Bird, Green Terrence like the Incredible Terrence. I'm sorry, I tried to make the Incredible Hulk, and Icebird. I actually absolutely love this game, and I was not expecting for more other birds to come along. And there's another spin-off game that doesn't focus on the birds is Bad Piggies. I never played the game until 2023, but I saw the concept of how you're only focused on the pigs and not the birds. And yes, Bad Piggies is actually a spin-off game. Not really much of an Angry Birds game, but yeah, it's made from Rovio, so it's technically an Angry Birds spin-off. There's other games I was not expecting for them to make. It's Angry Birds Star Wars and Star Wars 2. Angry Birds Star Wars, I play that game like all the time when on my mom's phone. I forgot to mention my parents download Angry Birds on their phone, so in case if I get bored, I just ask them, "Can I play your phone? Let me play Angry Birds." Back then, I was a really massive Angry Birds fan. More games are keep development. And for Star Wars, I absolutely enjoyed the Star Wars one. It's really great. Really good concept. Matching on the characters, make everything look Angry Birds like. Everything. And next, there's another game that was good, but it was bad now. Angry Birds Go. A Angry Birds racing game that you just like beat levels, unlock birds, and race against people around the world. The first version was absolutely great until they updated it. I did not enjoy the update. It's really trash. So trash, I keep raging and getting mad every time the game always froze. In case you didn't know, there's one time I was trying to race towards like a player or some NPCs. It was a hard level, and once I get hit third place, the game froze, and I was like, "Are you serious? I just hit third place and the game froze." Yeah, the 2.0 update, it sucked. I missed the old version of Angry Birds Go. Right after Angry Birds Go, they made telepods, and when I was a kid, I used to collect the Angry Birds telepod kart racers all the time. But I sadly don't have them because sadly they've been thrown away. However, I did manage to buy a few at Swap Meet for just $1 or $2. Absolutely love it. And yes, I only have a few Angry Birds toys. I'm trying my best to collect a lot. For the plushies, I'm not sure. And right after those games released, they do have toys of the Angry Birds. Mattel's Angry Birds Knockin' Wood, and Angry Birds Space, and Angry Birds Go toys. I was really begging my parents to buy me some. There's some I only got a few from the franchise: Angry Birds Space, Angry Birds Go, and yeah, I always wanted the plushie so badly, but my parents never want to buy it for me. And yeah, there's a lot of more toys out there. Technic pins, I forgot what they're called, and Softy Dough, Angry Birds, and also Play-Doh as well. There's other games I never played. Angry Birds Epic, I never played the game in my life, nor try it, because I'm only a fan where birds knock down buildings. And there's also another spin-off game called Angry Birds Stella, which I do play, but not all the time. I played it when we went to the Apple Store place, and I found the game in it, and I just played a few levels. And there's one Angry Birds game I was not expecting for them to make, and I still have it. On that day in 2014, Rovio partnered up with Hasbro to make a game for Angry Birds and Transformers. What do you get when robots in disguise meet birds? Well, you get Angry Birds Transformers. That's right. Around 2014, Angry Birds Transformers released. Around the time of Transformers Age of Extinction was released. That game I was not expecting to exist. At first, I just made my own imagination, and I saw videos of people making it only one video that makes sense to see that Red is Optimus Prime and Kingpin is Megatron. But I was not expecting for that concept to be a real game. That game is absolutely fun. I never played the first version of it until 2020 when I gave it a try. It's absolutely fun. There's other mobile games such as Pop and other games I don't play. There's Angry Birds 2. I only play it from a few levels until I decided to delete it because I hear people say the game actually sucks because they say they like the original version better than the updated one. Next, there's one Angry Birds I was not expecting. Around 2016, Rovio partnered up with Sony Animations to make a Angry Birds movie. Yes, that's right, you heard me. Rovio made a partner up with Sony Animations to make a movie out of the Angry Birds. Actually, I discovered the first version of the birds. Here's the image that I saw. Yep, this is actually the first image I saw. I saw it back in 2015. At first, I thought someone just made I thought it was like a fan art or a CGI fan art model. What if the birds have limbs and arms? Yes, these birds, the Angry Birds, don't have any legs or arms, and they're all so in the lore they're flightless birds. And I forgot to mention the reason why they're called Angry Birds and the reason behind the lore because they have eggs. They're unborn children, and the pigs are hungry for eggs. So they stole the eggs, and the birds, being angry, decided to save the eggs from those pigs. Back when I was saying, when I saw this image at first, I thought it was a fan art or CGI fan art at first. But until I went to the theaters one day with my older brother or my dad, there's a trailer of the Angry Birds movie. I was shocked to see it. I was so excited. I tell my dad, I want to see that movie. I want to see that movie. And yeah, he told me if I do the times tables. Back then, when I used to hate timetables, we can get to see the movie. I had to do it to earn it. So yeah, I'm able to get to see the movie from 2016. It was absolutely great. I was not expecting them to make a movie based on the birds. And right after the movie release, you guessing, merchandise had to be made. I did able to get most of the Angry Birds toys, the Knocket, like the Pig City, two like play sets of Bird City, Red and Bomb, the Angry Birds plushies, and the cardboard cutout, knockout, like you would just have a bird in your hand and you just throw them with your hand. The other toys, they have slingshots. Unfortunately, I only have Bomb and a few pieces. I don't have Red anymore, which I'm really upset. I wish I just kept them with me or put them somewhere to save in case I grow up. Yeah. Until then, they make official Lego sets, which I only end up getting one set, actually. It's the set where Red and Matilda's house, and the motorbike pig. That's the only set I own. Right after the movie's released, they make a mobile game of Angry Birds Action. That game was so much fun. All you gotta do is just move, it's like a controller. Like you just aim your bird at the eggs to save them, and then once you release, they run at it. I love that game so much. And then more mobile games keep develop, which I don't play actually. Not all. I don't play every single games. Only the few classics and spin-offs. Those are really fun. Until 2017, my love of Angry Birds started to slow dying down a bit. And I'm starting to feel sad. Like, why am I dying down from Angry Birds? So that day I decided to keep up and still have my interest to the franchise. Until 2019, Rovio and Sony decided to make another movie. It's called Angry Birds 2. The second the sequel, it's alright, but I don't hate it, but it was great. I absolutely loved another lore where there's a bird named a sea or eagle where they travel to Eagle Island. You know the sequel, and I absolutely love it. Seeing they went to like a island that's covered in snow and ice. It's called Eagle Island, where all of the islands full of eagles. The bird the birds and pigs had to travel because it turns out the the eagle that's responsible behind the ice balls is Zeta, aka Mighty Eagle's wife, and also another character appears, Silver from Angry Birds 2. Even though they look kind of different, her concept bird design and her recent design, but overall, I love the movies. I don't hate it. I just prefer the first one better because back then the first one was hyped around 2016. Overall, I still love the franchise more. I even get to play a few mobile games, listen to the song, and back in the old days, I forgot to mention I watch a lot of Angry Birds parodies and review toy reviews, and I absolutely love them. Seeing how Angry Birds was so popular back then, filming was so it made me feel so nostalgia. Rewatch them again, see what I miss or which I don't remember. I absolutely love it. However, things will change dramatically. Around 2019 of summer, Rovio, without any announcements, removed most of their games, that including the first classic, Seasons, Rio, Space, Star Wars 2, Go, Epic Stella, and Angry Birds Action. I don't know how many mobile games they delete off the App Store, but they delete most of them. Some of them survive if you just look at the App Store. And the main reason why, at first, I don't know why they decided to delete their games off the menu, off the App Store, actually. They did say in the Angry Birds YouTube channel saying they took it down because of test purposes, which I don't understand. How long they why would they delete their games? Turns out Rovio wants to keep milking up the franchise because people are playing a lot of the classic games and they decided to delete them because they want them to play their recent mobile games. And that Rovio only cares much about the money and not just pass. Not their past, and people starting a campaign of hashtag bring back 2012, which I'm really confused. It should be hashtag bring back 2009 rather than 2012, or maybe because the mobile games, that's when they're released. I don't know. I was not caught up that much. And yeah, Rovio decided to keep milking up the franchise by copying other popular mobile games, which one day they will go bankrupt. I don't know when. Rovio's still keeping up. However, soon, later this year, in December, Rovio announced a trailer of the Angry Birds movie. This time it's getting a third sequel. There's a few, we only see a few trailer seconds that Red is Slingshot himself. And once I look at him, he kind of looks different compared to his first and second design. And I absolutely was surprised that Rovio makes a third Angry Birds movie. I was not expecting them to make it. But soon, later this year of December, it will come out. Well, most people are not really excited when they heard the script. People are starting to lose it. And yeah. Overall, my love of the franchise never died that much. I mean, I miss the days where I was a massive Angry Birds fan, a fan of the franchise. I'm sorry if I'm like talking like that. I can't even get the right words. But I do want to say my love of Angry Birds hasn't died down. I still have the memory and love of the franchise. Anyways, guys, this is my liking of Angry Birds, and I still will forever like it. I would never forget the day how much I was a massive fan, and I always will feel nostalgia seeing the franchise. Thank you so much for watching this video.